Hey YouTube, Scott with Slow Moto again. Today we're installing the ambient temperature gauge so that we can tell what the outside temp is whenever we're riding. A lot of people don't seem to care, but there's some people that really wish they had it. I happen to be one of those people. I just like to know what the temperature is, whether hot or cold. I can tell that, but I like to know about what it is. So the gauge that I ended up going with was from a company called Sparked Innovations, and I'll put a link to where I got that. I also was able to find online the male and female connectors that go with the factory harness. So I've got the female and the male here, and I'm going to use these connections to make a pigtail to tie into my 12-volt auxiliary. And then I've just got a few pieces of 22 gauge wire, couple crimps, and then you'll need a special set of pliers. I can post a link to a set that will get the job done on Amazon. They're 30, 35 bucks, something like that. And we'll go over to the bike and I'll kind of give you an idea of what we're trying to accomplish here. So once again, I've got it tore down just for sake of time. I've unplugged my 12-volt auxiliary port, and I'm going to run my splitter right here to where I can tee off to the other side, and I'm going to drill a hole across from this one to put my gauge in to mount it. And so I'll split off here and run across to the temp gauge as well as the auxiliary port. So first thing I'm going to do is check fire. So this is with the tabs down on the plug here, and so this one right here should be, there's a 11.4, so this is going to be your hot wire, and then that right there is going to be your ground. So I'm going to try to wire it in conjunction with the way everything's wired here. The temperature gauge probably doesn't care. You can probably wire it either way, but just for sake of keeping everything consistent, I'm going to make sure I wire it to where if I was to ever use it for anything else, I don't have to backtrack. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet instead of doing another 25-minute video like I did on the lights. So we're going to cut here. I'm going to build the harness. Once I get the harness built, I'll show you what it looks like, and then I will show you the install, and we'll be done. Now we're back. I've got my splitter made. So I've got the female end that will plug into the splitter on the bike that's already there, and then I've got my two male ends. One will plug in to the 12-volt auxiliary. One will plug into the ambient temperature gauge. One thing that I said earlier in the video that I was wrong about, this is actually, it does have polarity, so it's got a plus and a minus on it, so I made sure that I kept everything in the right polarity. And then there's your wire that reads your temperature. Once I get it all installed, I'll tidy all this stuff up nice and neat. That's something you'll just have to work on your bike and figure out how it lays in there for you. Always make sure, first and foremost, that before you turn the switch on, you plug in your main wire there for your TFT display. Alright, so now that I've got all that connected, I've just got the one connection right here to make on the bike. So I know my hands are probably kind of in the way, but I'm trying the best I can. So there's that connection right there. I'll go ahead and plug this in just to show you, once I turn the bike on, that it does work. And then from there, it's just process of cleanup. So down here you can see the temperature gauge. It's reading. Over here I got my test light, so you stick your test light down in there. You got positive down there in the center. You got ground here, so you've got your fire there and you've got your fire there. Tuck everything up in there. Installation is reverse of removal, and that's that. So I hope that helps. If not, leave comments below and I'll try to do my best to explain. Thanks for watching.